Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode. I am Michael Petro, and on the show this week, you've got Martin Navarro, Jimmy Skinner, and myself, mass debate and the funniest scene in a comedy. We're moving into the bracket style this week, ladies and gentlemen. We've got an A side and we've got a B side, and each of us took 4 of our favorite scenes. They may not be the most known or the most funniest, but they're the funniest to us. So you got to put up with that. Sorry, guys, we're not going down the we're going down a path less traveled this week for you. So we take the A side, we take the B side, we figure out who's the best, and we pin them against each other. By the end of this episode, you'll find out what we think is one of the funniest scenes in a comedy. You've got performance comedy, you've got the dick and fart jokes, you've got a shit scene. I don't even think I need to explain which one that might be. There are lots. There are 12 scenes to pick from, so we're going to have a lot of fun this week. So that's who's on the show. That's what's on the show. Alerts. Live recording alert. That's a horrible alarm. We're gonna be back. We're gonna be doing another live show for you, ladies and gentlemen. December 16th at Wee Johnny's in the Exchange in Winnipeg. We'll be doing a live Secret Santa debate. What happens on Secret Santa? Well, if you've listened to the show before, we do this each year. It's like a running debate. We figure out what movie characters we would want to shop for. Right, so we pick 3 rounds, 3 characters, argue who comes up with the best gift, and you will pick the winner if you decide to show up. So doors open at 8. Show goes on at 9. We even have some stand-up comedy before. We've got Sarah Jane and Milan Horansky opening up the show, and then we'll break into the debate right after. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be in the middle of December. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of Christmas spirit going around the room. So it's $10 at the door, super cheap. $5 for comedy, $5 for us. That's you're gonna want to pay us $20, but we're not going to let you because it's only worth $10. So December 16th. Secret Santa debate live from Wee Johnny's. 8 o'clock doors open. 9 p.m. show goes on. If you want to reserve a table, we've got a max of 4 for reservations because it's a smaller venue, so we don't want to. So DM us at The Real Debaters on Instagram if you want to book a table. That's either me or Jimmy that will be speaking to you. And also, I want to send a big thank you out to the Uniter and anybody who voted on the Uniter's Uniter 30 this year. It's a list of all of the great things in Winnipeg: best dancer, best local sports player, best restaurant. And we somehow, some way, due to all the love of our Winnipeg fans, ended up being the second best podcast in Winnipeg. Every year, our friend Sam at Witch Police Radio always conquers it because he makes such a great show. And it's so nice to be standing second next to him and know that you guys voted for us because that's how we won. We didn't win by voting for ourselves. In fact, I don't think a single one of us voted for the show. So it's all up to you. So thank you very much, Winnipeg, to anybody who listens to the show and loves our brand of comedy. We're going to put that on a T-shirt because being second is just to be recognized by you means a lot. We were all like, what the fuck is this on social media this morning? So thank you, Winnipeg, for voting us your second favorite podcast in Winnipeg. Sam, we're coming for you. We're going to unseat the king. So you got the live debate December 16th. You know what's on the show. Thank yous have been made. I don't think I've got anything else, and if I keep rambling, I'm just going to fuck it up. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you some of the funniest scenes in a comedy with Martin, myself, and Charles. I'll shut the fuck up, cue that reel, and you enjoy the show.
Let's tidy up this tangle of film by putting it on a reel. Here is a motion picture film, 1,000 feet, 16,000 separate photographs.
Welcome, everybody, to the official space section of the charter.
What's the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Sir, you're out of order.
Out of order. I show you out of order.
And welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to the show. Welcome to the Real Debaters podcast, where real life meets real life. I am one of your fabled, historic hosts, Michael Petro. Who else is in the room with me?
I'm Jimmy Skinner, currently sucking on a pine tree.
It is festive.
Yeah.
It does
Festive.
smell a little
Supposed to be
off.
papaya.
And it smells like pine trees.
Yep.
That's so.
Does it?
Yeah.
Gin tastes like pine trees. Gin tastes like pine. That reminds me of Christmas.
Gin tastes like
Gin.
pine trees?
It tastes like pine, like a gin and
Yeah.
soda,
No, you're right. You're right. Just because of the
Right?
botanicals that are in
Love
gin.
a good gin and pine sol.
right? Who
Love a
doesn't
good-
love? I love pine sol. Smelling the pine sol as
Yeah.
a kid.
You know how I get my lemon in my gin? With
How's that?
Pledge.
Ah.
Do
Pledge
people
allegiance.
still use pine sol?
Grandmas do, I bet.
Remember how, like, back in the day, like, there was like TV ads for pine sol everywhere, and now it's like, what happened to pine sol? Is it still a thing?
Fun fact, the LR and CLR actually stands for Lime Ricky. Yeah.
Lime Ricky.
I remember that commercial. Calcium, lime, rust. And just
CLR it.
clear it, right? It clears it
Yeah.
away. I think that also might have been available at Home Hardware, Canadian Tire, Walmart, Home Depot.
London Drugs.
Wow.
Not good for drinking.
No. Do not put it in a Ricky. I know we've just made the joke, but I guess we need the world we live in. We should say, do not put that in any sort of alcoholic beverage you would want. It's a joke. It's a bad idea. Who's in Vancouver?
I had one too many cocktails last night. Martin Navarro. Hungover Martin is what you get today.
You look like a Manhattan kind of guy.
Yeah.
I am hurting. Like my eyes are barely open. I'm trying to keep them like as open as possible, but
what were you drinking?
It's a little rough.
Where were you drinking?
Everything. My buddy, I was telling Jimmy about it. My buddy had like this cocktail pop-up, like a secret cocktail pop-up. And he's Japanese, so he did a lot of cocktails based on Japanese history, so a lot of that stuff. And then ended the night off with some Jamesons. Oh, I told Jimmy, I ran into our friend Rhett. I was only supposed to stay for an hour, but Rhett, who's been on the podcast, he was there, so I was like, oh, we're gonna have some drinks. And we had some drinks, talked about Warhammer and horror movies.
How's he doing? Great. Is he doing his cocktail shit again?
He's actually out of the hospitality industry now.
Wow. Oh, good for him.
Yeah. But he still does things every now and then. Like he did a Halloween pop-up, so spooky drinks, which was nice. So
that sounds nice.
I was doing that for a minute. Like
spooky drinks.
No. Like someone would be like, "Hey, do you want to bartend for a night?" And I'd be like, "I think I still got it." You know, and I would go do it. And I'd be so nervous because I'm like, it's just cracking beers and pouring wine. Yeah. Like any monkey could do it.
You're basically a beer girl. You're a tub girl. That's it. You're not a bartender. You're a beer tub girl.
I should have tied my shirt around my midriff, right, and been like, red or white, sir. Like really.
If you really wanted tips, yeah.
He would give you just the tips.
That's right.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode. So you got me, Martin, Jimmy this week, and
new show format.
I like. Yeah, there you go. We every time we come up with a new one, we'll have Jimmy introduce it at the top of the show with his announcer radio voice, and we've decided to get into the bracket world. I've learned enough about sports hanging around Jimmy Martin, and
not just for mathematics.
Yeah, not just parentheses at the to convey a different thought well in the middle of a sentence, but to actually put together a bracket style show.
Yeah. You people love things ranked.
Yeah, you do. You want to know how to rank us and where we rank shit.
What's the S tier? What's the S tier?
Right, and so this is a simple round robin elimination tournament. And we figured, Martin thought, I was like, okay, let's do this. Here's what we're going to do. What should we put in this? And he was like, funniest comedic scene. And I was like, sure, let's laugh.
Yeah.
Let's fucking have a laugh.
Who doesn't love to laugh?
Right? I was at work yesterday, and my boss was like, have you seen Daddy's Home? And I was like, no, actually, I have not. She's like, so you haven't seen Daddy's Home too? And I was like, that you could assume that. One would make that connection. And she was like, you need to see these scenes. So I was like, for sure.
Well, I haven't seen Twilight, but I've seen Twilight New Moon.
Fair enough.
So I don't think I missed it too much in the first movie.
No, I don't think there was much to the plot. But it's absolutely adorable watching Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. I mean, we have the other guys on deck in our brackets today to argue. So, but she said you should give it a shot, and I was like, you know what, you're right. I need to watch.
It's a Christmas movie too.
It is a Christmas movie, and I need more comedy. I need more dumb fart jokes. I don't want smart comedy. I don't want well written dramedies. I want just some stupidity in my life these days. So I think for
Yellow Jackets should be funny.
How do you make that shit funny?
I was laughing through it, but I mean, is that bad?
Where does the comedy go? What's funny about being stuck on an island with no creature comforts? What's funny? Come on. What's so funny, motherfucker?
Dahmer is a comedy.
At its core. It's a coming-of-age comedy.
What was that new movie that came out with Ralph Fiennes?
The Menu.
The Menu.
The Menu.
Yeah.
Apparently, Rhett was telling me it's kind of trailered to be a horror.
Yeah,
but it's a dark comedy, and he was laughing through it, but nobody was laughing because they were expecting a horror throughout the whole thing. So it's a dark comedy.
Well, I'm excited. I'm gonna go see it. I know Zoe wants to see it too.
Can I come?
We'll see how you behave.
Okay, thanks, Dad. You'll let me out of the car this time.
Thanks, Papa.
Yeah. Here's a bootleg copy. Sit in the back of the Dodge Caravan and watch it on the 12-inch TV
Here's my
screen.
iPod Nano.
Enjoy.
You'll be bringing 10 cheeseburgers.
Damn fucking Skippy. I took a break, Martin, because I was like, probably not good long term.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back to it when we went to go see Black Panther, and I was like, this is why I left it behind.
This is what the Freedom Rally was for.
Oh dear God.
So Michael can eat hamburgers in a theater that he doesn't have to buy.
Oh, yeah, no, I felt like a bag of dicks after that.
It's just the paper. I wish they didn't come in the paper because the paper's so
It's so loud. It's loud. Yeah,
It is. And it
Michael,
doesn't-
you gotta pre-open them
Yeah.
and just put them in the bag. Like just
Loose
toss
burger.
the paper out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and that's the thing too. Like we all know what a popcorn.
Or just wrap them in napkins. Bring your own napkins, like a paper towel.
Put a
Those
Ziploc
are-
in your bag.
I'm not the 007 of sneaking food into a movie theater, guys. Like
You
I'm
don't
not
really
gonna,
have to be.
I know it's in my pockets.
It'd be weird if they patted you down.
Come at me, bro. But
Pocket burgers.
but
That's
like
the thing.
everyone knows what crumpling up a popcorn bag sounds like, or opening up a bag of candy. But everyone also knows what
Yeah.
a cheeseburger wrapper sounds like.
And then it smells of McDonald's.
Yeah. What? when did Grant Park start serving McDonald's?
They didn't.
I
Martin.
always wonder what the people next to me think.
This asshole. That's
This
what they're thinking.
motherfucker.
You fucking asshole. Brought McDonald's.
He got me doing it too, Martin. That's the problem.
No.
I know we're pieces of shit. There's two
Oh,
of us
you guys
now.
are
I think Mark ate one of them once.
Yep.
I think I gave
freedom,
him,
baby.
Yeah,
Because you want one.
you do. You totally.
You want one. It's hard to eat them quiet.
It is hard to eat them because they're so delicious. I love it, man. I told like ever since I saw The Founder, just a single hamburger.
That's a movie
hamburger.
you eat burgers
Just
too. Yeah.
hamburger. No McDouble, no double cheeseburger, just a
We
a
do the
plain
double
old
cheese.
hamburger.
We do
Perfect.
we do the double cheese. The double cheese is all we need, and we do many of them, and it's awesome. But,
I thought about getting a milkshake, but I don't want to deal with that.
What if it spills? Because like in Seinfeld, when he puts it in his pants and the coffee spills in his
That's
pants.
my nightmare.
That is that. Like, I mean, if I drop a cheeseburger, it's not coming up. Like, I'm not giving the 5-second rule. At the
Michael
movie
makes me
theater.
so anxious at the movies sometimes. I swear to God.
Is this the day we get caught? Jimmy's just sitting there.
Well, and he kicks back. He's wearing sandals, and you know the seats, and it's just
I'm not wearing.
This
the-
is who I'm friends
Make-
with.
He makes us sit in the middle.
I hate sitting in the middle.
I know.
I just want to say it's almost December. I'm using Crocs now with socks,
I
not
see.
sandals anymore. But like, I'm going to the movies. It's not like I want to have to put on
If
normal
the seat
clothes.
didn't recline, it'd be a different story.
That's true. I guess. Whatever.
We love you.
All right. You want to start the show? Let's start the show. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned, yes, we have a bracket style for you. Each of us picked 4 of our favorite comedic scenes. We put them in
Yeah.
a single round robin elimination tournament.
A lot of early 2000s.
Very early 2000s, not classic, not well known, stuff that we like. So this is where we're going to stand. We're going to stand behind some of these as opposed to, picking the there. I mean, there is a couple classics on here. I shouldn't say that, but these are close.
All of mine are classics.
Yeah, they're in the ether for sure. Like they'll be well known. I think 1 or 2 of mine will fall on deaf ears, but who knows? We'll find out. And as mentioned in any other show, ladies and gentlemen, if you have an opinion on any of these things, link in bio on Facebook,
yeah.
Twitter, and Instagram.
Leave us a voicemail.
Leave us a fucking
mean.
voicemail. Yeah. Antagonize us. Defend us. Question us. Leave your own comments.
Punish us.
Yeah, punish
Hit
us.
me with your slipper.
Well, that's a different voicemail. So,
Before we start the show, can I make a
yes,
special announcement?
yes, you can. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So we had our first comedy at Clue Club. It was a success, sold out show. Everyone killed. Chris Griffin was a headliner, did a fantastic job. We are doing our second show, December 18th, and our headliner will be Dino Archie.
Wow, Christmas
Yeah,
show.
Dino Archie headlining, and he's done Kimmel. He's done Just for
Ooh.
Laughs.
Ooh.
He just finished a tour of the States. He just got back from LA, and he's one of my favorite comedians to watch here in Vancouver. So if
Martin
you are
booking
free,
the big names.
So where
only
can
killers,
they,
baby.
where can they get tickets?
Follow Clue Club, CLOUGH Club, at Instagram, and they'll
Frosty
post the
Clue
ticket
Club.
info there.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
all you got to do, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're in Vancouver and you like the Real Debaters and you want to see Martin up close and personal, go see him host his comedy night. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
What I don't even know what accent that is. Jimmy, you want to take over the show?
Dino Archie's a treat. Go see Dino Archie and go see Martin.
Dino's
Yeah.
good, man. Excited.
I've never seen him. Like, what's his style? What's his?
He tells funny stories.
Funny, okay. Oh, good funny
Do some
stories. I
YouTubing.
like funny stories.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything you want to mention at the top? of the
We're
show?
doing Gaffers again in Lockport on January 21st. So
Nice.
come to that. We got the lineup set poster. It'll be out soon.
Tickets.
Tickets $10 at the door. But if you let me know you're coming, that'd be great.
Yeah, because then you can hold a table for you.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Reserved seating.
That's right.
Martin, do you offer reserved seating?
We do. That's why you have to follow Clue Club, and you can get reserved seating there.
There you
That's
go.
right.
So you can feel like a fucking pimp when you go see some
Now,
comedy in
I know what
Vancouver.
you're thinking. Why am I giving you my name to put down on a reservation list if there's no extra perk with it? It's to help the bar. The bar would like to know how many people are coming because they get super overwhelmed super fast. They're all very new, and they need your help. Let us know you're coming.
That's fair. No, that's
Yeah.
totally fair. Like if you want, excuse me, that's the
Nice.
raspberry tea.
Ooh.
Sorry, listener. That's a new sound
Pure
effect.
vomit.
Yeah, tastes like synthetic raspberry. No, if
Tastes
you
like red.
if you want to have a really good time and a quick drink in your hand, then yeah, leave your name and how many people you're coming. It's easy and it's also free. It doesn't cost you any more money
That's
to
right.
do that.
You gotta plan for staff, depending on how many people. So they need to know how many people are gonna come.
Did you ever do hospitality, Jimmy?
No, that is why I am such a piece of shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that
Yeah.
power we have, Martin.
Nope.
No, he does not. He doesn't feel it. Feel the
I
pain.
treat service workers just awfully.
Winnipeg,
human being.
if you see Jimmy Skinner, just say you don't have a table.
I'm a real Mr. Pink.
He's,
Doesn't even tip $1.
I was
Nope.
going to say you're a real Evander Kane, but
No,
Yeah.
I'm a
you're
better
Mr.
person.
I like Mr. Pink. That's a
Yeah.
way better. That's a Reservoir Dogs reference.
There we
I
go.
dig it. All right,
I
so
try.
let's start this, ladies and gentlemen. No weekly watch list. You don't have to put up with what we enjoy watching on our off time. So
At my signal, unleash hell.
Don't push it. Don't push it. I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Goldstein, give me a fat beat to beat my buddy's ass.
I know what kind of guy you were. I never would have agreed to work with you.
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite? What was that? Sorry, I didn't catch you. Would you repeat it?
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
first up, seat 9 versus seat 8, and we've decided to do that. Jimmy, how are we doing this? Tell the people.
So one person will judge. The two will fight for their movie. We'll do a quick judgment and then on to the next one.
Exactly. You don't have to be here for 5 hours. This will be as fast as we can possibly do it without forgetting to try to win. So we picked. Me and Martin have the first two.
What's yours?
I have Rat Race. Rat Race.
What scene?
What scene? It's the Hitler scene. And what I mean by that is John Lovitz. If you haven't seen Rat Race, kids, you need to see this movie. It's a really funny early 2000s comedy. A bunch of people are all in Vegas, all different stories intersecting. John Cleese is like a billionaire, and all he wants to do is make a bunch of people chase each other for $1 million. Hence Rat Race, right?
Right.
So everybody's doing their own thing. John Lovitz essentially ends up trying to steal his family to go get the money without telling them. So that's comedy unto itself. And they end up in this Barbie museum, but it ends up being a German Barbie person. Not like in it, they're involved in the SS and all this stuff, and they don't want to be there. So the only way to get out of the scene is to steal Hitler's car. And while they drive around, they're driving down the highway. A motorcycle group pulls by. They give each other the finger because they can't hear each other. Like it's an awkward moment of awkward comedy ensuing all at once. And
Are we starting right now?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, this is me defending. And
I thought you were still explaining the rules of the show.
no, not at all.
We're actually playing a rat race today.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. So, why did I pick this? I picked this because it's a family trying to have a family vacation. Well, the dad's being an absolute pissant, stealing them around Las Vegas and the greater Nevada area to try to get $1 million, and he just keeps trying to do the right thing because he wants the money for his family, but the wrong thing keeps happening to him. I think that's why, that's where its comedy lies in and of itself. John Lovitz is hilarious. He's just being an absolute buffoon, not understanding that he's hapless and he can't make his points. I hurt my finger while he's giving the middle finger. Like, he doesn't understand that fingering off the Hells Angels is a bad idea. So there you go. That's the scene. Go watch it while you're actually listening to this if you haven't seen it before, so you know why I'm going to win. Martin, what is yours? Go.
Mine is the Hangover, the classic movie. Come on, one of the last great comedies that's ever been released in the theaters. Todd Phillips. Mine is the scene where they get tasered. You know what? I don't have to explain. I'm not even gonna explain too many. We've all seen this scene.
A lot of people have seen this one. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Bradley Cooper gets tasered in the nuts. How is that not funny? Like, I mean, come on now. Bradley Cooper and then also Zach Galifianakis getting tasered right in the face, but tasered twice. He gets tasered twice. Zach Galifianakis gets tasered twice.
Rob Riggle.
Rob Riggle.
Rob Riggle is the best. Like, he's the best cop, and he just his over the top humor of just that commentary.
All right, kids.
It's a beautiful scene. I'm a sucker for slapstick. Beautiful scene. That's it. You know what? Keep it short and sweet because this scene speaks for itself.
But is pain truly funny for people? Like, what if?
Yes, Michael, it is. It's hilarious, but it's not. It's funny when it's not happening to you. That's true. That's why it's funny.
Okay, all right, fair. I mean, I'm just wondering if this is going to trigger anybody who's been tasered before. But if you've been tasered, chances are good.
Really, Mike? You're talking about triggering? You're talking about triggering, Mike? You're talking about triggering? You're Hitler. You're bringing up Hitler. You're triggering a big portion of the population of the world.
Fine. Can we not talk about that anymore? Fair enough.
I think with both movies, they both fall victim to being from their own generation. For Rat Race,
we're still tasing people. I know someone who got tased last week. That's not generational.
Fair enough. I just mean the nuts comedy, the poop comedy, the finger comedy.
Yeah,
it's very much your generation of humor. With that
what
said,
are you saying? Like I'm 50 here.
With that being said, I just, Rat Race isn't something that I normally watched as a kid.
Okay, so point one, how well known is it?
It's something that my dad probably enjoys.
Yeah, right.
So I'm gonna have to go with the Hangover scene.
Boom. Football in the growing had football in the growing.
Hard to bet against that.
Okay. So, seed 1 is done. Hangover is sitting and waiting until we get back to the Get Him to the Greek scene, which is a Jimmy pick. Next up, we've got seed number 5 and seed number 12, which is the Dumb and Dumber shit scene.
Oh, God, that's me back
versus the Greg, I have nipples. Can you milk me from Meet the Parents? Also, I think both of these are mine and Martin's, correct? This was yours, Martin?
I think so. I'm Dumb and Dumber, yes. Me and Mike going back to back again.
Well, and this is, I think this
and
is...
then you will again.
We will again.
And then again.
And then again. So, for the sake of keeping this
and butt to butt with Michael Petro.
Yeah, I'm fine with some... whatever. So, Jimmy, do you want to take Meet the Parents and I'll judge? Or Martin, do you want to give up Dumb and Dumber to Jimmy?
No, I want to. Let's just do this. Let's just do our own, and then when Jimmy comes, Jimmy comes.
When you come, you come.
That's very
Jimmy.
Nice of you.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Jimmy. So you're first round judge across the board. You cool with that?
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll go first on. Oh no, Martin, you go first on this one. Seems it didn't suit me well. So Dumb and Dumber shit scene. Let everybody's seen this one.
Everyone has seen this scene. How do you not? This is what a Jim Carrey classic movie. But who doesn't love a good diarrhea scene? Like every time I say the word diarrhea, I laugh. It's a funny word. It's diarrhea. And if you don't laugh a little bit when you hear that word, there's something broken inside of you.
That's very true. That's very true.
And this is funny. Just leading up to this scene when he pours a little bit of the X-Lac and he's like, "No, I'm going to pour the whole bottle." You know what I mean? 2 spoonfuls. He has to go so bad that he has one of those poops. We've all been there where your feet are not planted to the ground anymore. They go straight up, they go like this. They go horizontal
for takeoff. Yeah.
It's so funny. Like, I didn't know this, but I just found out about this last night. Jeff Daniels wasn't even the first choice to star in this movie.
Oh, who was it?
I don't know. He was down on the list of 30. But they picked him and said, you have to get him. And then he was so anxious and nervous about being on the movie on the first day because he was just doubting himself, like, why do they want me here? No one wanted me here. But then Jim Carrey goes up to him and says, you're going to be fine. Just do what you do. And then that was it.
You know what?
He nailed that shit scene. He nailed that shit scene.
That shit scene is pure commitment, too, because it's like, we know he's not.
Has that ever happened to you guys? Like, have you ever shit in a toilet that wasn't supposed to be shit in?
I shit in the toilet that didn't flush because someone clogged it before me. So
That's what
my
I'm
shit,
talking
it looked like I clogged it, but so the
Are
person
we
before me
like
clogged it.
full transparency here?
Yeah.
I've shit in the wrong part of the toilet when I wasn't supposed to.
You upper
You
deck
upper decker?
somebody?
Yeah, I did.
Gross.
Who does that?
Michael Pett, the guy who wears Crocs to the fucking theater.
You and MacGruber, and that's it.
That joke was made for the two of us.
Wow.
That's yeah.
Did this person deserve it at least?
I mean, yeah. I don't want to.
It
I
doesn't
think
seem like they did.
I think they did, but I'm not here to debate that. I'm here to debate
How old were you?
like mid-20 or early mid-20s. Like a Mark.
Were we friends at this time already?
No, we weren't. Like you wouldn't have been. Nobody
You were
would-
enemies.
We were.
You
it was
shit in his toilet.
It was Martin's toilet.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I've shit in a toilet that's out of order
Commission?
just
Yeah.
because there's no
Yeah.
other option.
Really?
so
Oh,
embarrassing.
you knew.
I was at the Humpties. Do
Yeah.
you guys know where that is?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
yes, I
like
do.
By the airport there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Their bathroom was out of order. The urinal still worked, but the toilet was clearly not in operation. I took the signs down and I took a shit in that toilet.
Why didn't you shit in the urinal?
Because that's a mess. That's a real mess. That's a mess.
It is.
Gross. I think South Park did an episode on it. It's
Yeah,
just not.
you don't do that.
You don't do that. You don't take a dookie in a urinal.
There's
You're
a
expecting to pee, and then you see a dookie in there.
Oh, is this
Because
Green Day?
that means malicious
Yeah,
intent,
dookie.
I think. I think pooping in a toilet that's out of order, I could argue, yes, I really had to go.
Sure.
Yeah.
Understood. Yeah.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
And I
As
mean,
they say in
That's
Jurassic
the
Park.
best place. Even out of order, that's still the best place to go.
Well, and also that scene too, like shitting in a stranger's house. We all don't want to do it.
Oh,
right?
never.
No.
Like I refrain from.
I don't like
deucing-
pooping in restaurants.
I can poop in a restaurant. I can poop almost anywhere, but
we
someone
know
else's
you
home.
can, Mike. We know you can.
Yeah, like I'm fine.
Likes to shit anywhere kind of guy.
But your home, like if I came over to your place, I wouldn't want to shit because you know how small your home is, so you know how close. Like to me, your bathroom's far away from everything, but to you, your bathroom's closer than object.
Yeah.
It's like a rear view mirror, closer than they appear. So
God
if I
damn it.
shit in your bathroom, it's
It's
shitting,
your bathroom now.
Yeah, I'm shitting in your house. Like I'm literally shitting in your house.
You've claimed it.
I don't
yeah.
like people shitting in my bathroom.
There's a level
No,
of
me either.
friendship that has to be obtained before you deuce in someone's home. I think, and that's why that's funny because it's a date.
This is Michael, Mr. Two Bathrooms
Yeah, it's true. Which one of them we only use for shitting in
and coffee.
and coffee?
Yeah.
No, the coffee machine made it back over to the corner. I
Good.
felt that
You're going to have a hard time fighting this one, Mike.
I
We,
mean,
look how long we've talked about shitting in general. Like, I
Yeah.
this
mean,
is true.
With all the
okay.
poop talk.
All right.
although
so, yeah.
I love your scene.
Yeah. Well, and like
I'm a sucker for Stiller.
it's okay. So first off, it's a Ben Stiller, Robert De Niro scene.
Yep.
Really, we found out how great Robert De Niro was at comedy. I mean, the
Little
king
bit.
of comedy,
Little
sure,
bit.
he did that movie, but like just the whole the I'm watching you bits, and just playing the serious man, right? Playing the serious retired CIA agent who.
I love that he took this comedy leap, and I don't want to cut you off.
No, it's
I
fine.
just hate what Robert De Niro has done with himself. Like, I swear to, he's done 3 movies where he's just a crazy grandpa.
Yeah, that's
Bad
And
grandpa.
I'm fucking done
Bad-
with it.
well, and like okay,
There's bad
so
grandpa, there's dirty grandpa, and there's one more, and none of them are connected in any way.
it's the one where he's like with Michelle Pfeiffer and he has to go to Europe to hide out. From...
Then there's the war with grandpa. That's the 3rd one.
okay.
It's all the same fucking movie.
Bobby's got to get paid, man.
Are you anti-geriatric on film?
Just he's an actor.
You hate the boomers, don't
Bobby's
you?
an actor. Why is he doing these things?
Bobby's an actor.
Why is Aubrey Plaza sucking his nipples? Why?
Okay, so yes, Ben.
She should have
Stiller-
milked them. She should have milked them.
She did.
Both of these are laid in real life events. Meeting the parents for the first time,
Yeah.
telling them what you do, making sure the dad appreciates the man who's going to be protecting his daughter. Also, shitting in someone else's home, shitting too much in someone else's home, having the shit of your life in someone else's home, like more rare, but nonetheless real life events. The milking the cat line is so perfect because it's Greg trying to be like to shut the conversation down.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you can milk anything with nipples. And at that point, in any other situation, I think we would all be like, yes, that's true. And you wouldn't push. But De Niro pushes and goes, I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? And it's just It's not as big as taking a massive dookie and like legs raising and sweating and facial expressions. Like that's all slapstick, dick, and fart joke all day long. And
How many
it's
takes
great.
do you think that took?
I would say less than we think, because if Martin's saying how nervous he was, he probably was just flailing and trying to get anything.
No, I
out
don't
on
mean
camera.
the Jeff Daniels scene. I mean your scene.
Oh, my scene.
Yeah.
Look,
The one that you're
how good
arguing
my scene is,
for.
Jimmy.
Sorry.
Look how good my scene is.
Yeah,
He's
you're
like,
right.
he thinks
I'm
it's
still
talking
there.
about me.
Yeah, I'm still there.
I thought you were talking about Meet the Parents this whole time.
But
We're still talking about
the
the shit.
I mean can you milk me? I think a lot of takes, because like watching Bobby go, I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
How do you not break?
How does Laura? How do they keep character after that? And so I mean, I'm arguing mine from the same place that Martin's arguing his from. They're both real. We've both experienced them. I just think mine's quicker, wittier, right? Like, and that's where my humor lies. That's why I don't watch a lot of dumb slapstick and fart jokes, because I like dialogue.
Because you
more
do
than
it yourself and shit in other people's toilets.
Yeah, I find it funny. I don't need to see it on screen. I do it in my everyday life. Sometimes I'll dress up differently, and then I'll shit in my own house and pretend to be a stranger doing it. It's fun.
That's weird.
Yeah. That's all I got.
This is tough. This is a tough judgment. It's hard not to go with Dumb and Dumber. It's hard not to go with Jim Carrey possibly at his best, you know?
Like, the motherfucker had 4 films
Back to back.
and
And they all crushed.
and $30 million paydays.
I gotta go Dumb and Dumber. Like, he can't. And it's funny, it's not even a Jim Carrey scene.
No, it's not. That's what I love about it. My favorite scene is not even a Jim Carrey scene, and
Yeah.
the fact that the guy wasn't on the top
It
of the
just
list
shows
to play
how
that.
that
character.
stacks up to the rest.
Sure.
You're
and
right, Martin.
Okay, so you've got the Just Let It Go Man scene where he's peeing on one on scooter, right?
Yeah, that's great.
You've got
Fantastic.
the chili dog scene, right, where they fuck him up in the restaurant.
The you can
Oh,
wear my
the
extra
burger,
pair
the burger,
of gloves.
the hot burger.
Hot burger scene,
Hot
right?
burger, yeah.
You've got Want to Hear the Most Annoying Sound in the World. Like, you've got
Eh.
so many Jim Carrey.
It's
You've
just
got the fucking bird scene, right? Pretty bird.
Oh, when he whacks him with the cane when they're wearing the tuxedos, like
Right?
he whacks them, and that was ad libbed.
Like,
That was ad libbed.
It is
He
a
like
shit-
swings at him.
it is a Jim Carrey movie with Jeff Daniels as a side piece, but Jeff Daniels wins the bracket because of his shit
Yeah.
performance.
it's hard to
and
argue against that.
And it's also set up by Jim Carrey. You're right. Like, you can't argue against that. So I'm
Yeah,
fine with losing this, because I want to find out what the number
Everybody
one is.
wins.
Everybody
It's tough, man. I love that Meet the Fokker scene.
Oh, it's gonna be tough. The Other Guys
tough.
is probably my favorite comedy movie ever made.
that before you guys showed up.
It's just joke after joke after joke, like it's rapid fire.
I forgot how funny the quiet fight scene is.
Oh my god!
Oh, hang on, just come here.
Is that what this is about? We'll get there.
All right. So next, it's Dumb and Dumber taking on Swiss Army
No,
Man.
no, no, no,
once-
no,
I
we
know,
got
I know.
Swingers
I know.
and American Pie.
That's where
Move
Dumb
on.
and Dumber's moving. So on to the next seed, which is Martin. And we have the Swingers voicemail scene. If you haven't seen it, just remember the first
Classic.
time you left that voicemail, because we've all done it. And American Pie, doing something with a pie that none of us ever would have thought we should have done, but probably have done since.
It's not the pie scene; it's the opening scene.
Is it what? I thought it was the pie scene you picked.
No, the opening scene when he gets caught by his parents.
Oh, the jerk.
That's the best scene in the whole thing.
Sorry,
It's-
I wrote that down wrong.
I'm gonna start this off. because
You
I'm
do
already
it.
in it.
I'm gonna
okay.
run the table.
So this, like, when I first saw this in theaters, like, I didn't know what I was expecting, and this is the scene they open up with. I was howling laughing because it was just like the balls of a movie to do that off the cuff, like right opening scene. All you hear is like the sex noises, and you're like, okay, someone's fucking, and then it's like, oh no, it's Jim, and he's got a sock, and he's drinking up, and then his dad Eugene Levy comes in, and he like has the pillow there. He's like. We've all watched blurry porn before. Well, maybe not Jimmy, but like back in the day,
You fucking caveman.
I watched blurry porn because that was all you could watch. So I mean, like, and then just when he's like, "Oh, I think I see a nipple," I've done that. I'm like, I think there's a nipple. It's time for me to finish right now. And like his parents catch him, and it's just like, just the fact that the dad thinks it's like a nature show. He's like, it's a nature show, but yeah. Who hasn't been caught masturbating before by the family?
When
you know?
Eugene Levy turns his head
Oh.
and starts to realize what's on the fucking
Yeah.
screen.
It's so good, man. It's so good. It's just what again? Like
Oh, hello, Jim.
once again, this is one of those like American Pie was one of those classic in the vault
It's
comedy
the
movies.
sex comedy.
it's the sex comedy. It's the teen sex comedy. It's.
I think
it's
it
powerful.
has to do with the teen sex comedy genre. I mean, you have your nerds, right, from the 80s.
Yeah.
You have your Porkies,
Porkies, yeah.
right. You've got the
Animal House.
Yep.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
But like to really turn it up to the dirty.
Oh, they
It's
went.
literally about sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen anything like this. And I saw this, like, I think I was a senior in high school, and I'm just like, I have never seen anything like this in my life. Like, this was and like I said, that scene was groundbreaking. Like, they can show this in movies.
And it's what made Sean William Scott, like, he was an actor before it, but this just absolutely
Oh.
launched him.
Launched his career. Yeah, he got everything after this.
It's fun. Is he the one who succeeded most from this?
I would think so. Yeah, it was him, Sean William Scott.
Like
Yeah.
Eugene Levy.
Because he got the
is Eugene
rundown.
Levy.
The rundown. Eugene Levy was already a successful
Yeah,
SCTV
exactly.
and
SCTV,
all that stuff. So
and you know, being a Canadian comedy legend. But Jason Bateman had some stuff too.
Jason Bateman.
Jason Biggs.
Jason Bates. Thank you.
Jason Bateman was Teen Wolf 2.
Thank you.
Yes.
Jason Bateman was on Family Ties.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, that's not right either.
No, he was a child actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
Arrested
thinking,
Development.
I'm thinking of Alex P. Keaton.
Okay, yeah. There you go.
Show me that smile again.
Yeah, no, it was. All right,
You
okay.
picked some good ones, Martin.
You did.
These are when I pick these scenes. These are the scenes that still make me laugh today, like howling laughter. I still watch a clip, and I'm like, this is so funny still.
What's up?
I
What you
couldn't
got,
agree
Mike?
more. I got nothing but a voicemail, Jimmy.
Do you
I
want
got-
to just play it?
I don't want to bog down
Oh,
every.
yeah.
Yeah, I really don't. You know what? If we do some sort of podcast magic, I'm sure we could fit it in here in some way. So we'll see in post what happens. But that being said, I picked Mike's the character Mike, who's played by Jon Favreau in Swingers, classic.
He's a
90s,
baby.
They're such beautiful babies, two of them. But it's
Who
a
would have
classic.
thought he'd go on to direct Lion King?
I love how you skipped Iron Man.
Lion King.
But that's money directing jobs, right? That's Disney money. Who gives a shit what he's directing? He's getting paid.
The brother from Four Christmases.
But
Yeah,
like,
he is that brother from Four Christmases. Opposite Vince Vaughn, wasn't it?
Wow.
isn't he also like the crazy football player on The
Yeah,
Replacements?
yes, he is.
Yep.
He's
There
gonna
he
get
is,
out of
he is.
jail.
And they're like, he's gonna direct Lion King someday.
That man's
He's
got the
gonna bring
stuff.
back Star Wars and Marvel.
Right? He's gonna be the reason RDJ gets to be Robert Downey Jr.
What a
Iron Man.
weird timeline we've gone on.
No kidding. So yeah, if you haven't seen the scene, it's a little off the beaten path, but it's a voicemail. We all know it, so go watch it. And the voicemail is just, you know what it is? It's like, okay, it's watching the fall of a character happen in these slow takes. And I've done that voicemail. Hell, I called Shauna 6 hours after I met her. Like, if you ask her the story, like, all the girls are hanging out at her place. It's like 9 the next morning. I got her number at like 2 in the parking lot, and I was like, "Hey, good morning." Like, I'm that guy who called too soon.
Voicemails make me anxious.
Right? Like, it's a fucking performance.
It doesn't.
I never even activated my voicemail on my phone. I'm like,
I
nope.
hate
It feels like
Text me,
nowadays,
son.
if someone's leaving me a voicemail, there's a problem. Because if
Yeah.
they just couldn't text me it,
Yeah.
or because it's like, hey, called you, call me when you can. That's fine. That doesn't make me anxious. But leaving me a voicemail with no text after is just never good news.
Hi, Jimmy. I'm just in the tub, just wondering what you're doing today.
Hi, Jimmy. It's the
listening to some smooth jazz.
Jimmy, it's the Winnipeg Health Clinic. You've tested positive. What? Pick the fucking phone up. Yeah, so he starts with, "Hey,
Positive
Mike."
for being great.
But he makes the call and starts off super cool and casual, and then each time he calls back, and you just like it. He goes longer. He waits longer. He contemplates longer. He fucks up. He calls back. Like
We've seen other movies and TV shows do this same gag.
It's a classic.
But this
gag.
is the root of it.
This is where the gag came from. And when you see it happen, it's someone always going, "I loved Swingers. I had to put that in."
Yeah.
So like, against American Pie being like very shocking and very out there,
Both genre.
very
just
genre.
very key for the genre.
But my
This
bit
is what
gets-
made us nuts.
My
Yeah.
bit continues to get traction. My bit still gets used in other films. I don't know them right now, but they're existing. And Also, the simple fact that you relate to him, right? So it's funny to laugh at your buddy. It's funny to laugh at something that it's very.
I know that guy.
You know that guy. If it's not the guy in the mirror, it's the guy you know in your circle and you're close with him. So
both very relatable scenes.
And it launches the movie. It gives you an idea of, and everything that Mike does after that is hilarious because of that, right? Of what you know about him. So I know not full of masturbatory success. And hello, Jim. What are you watching? But I will say that
something about calling a teen boy Jim.
I know. Well, once again, talking about my pick.
I know. Hey, listen. I know what's better.
They're both good. They're both good. They're both good.
We have this judge who apparently doesn't take sides. So let's let him have a moment.
I think the only downfall, Martin, is I think there's funnier scenes. Like I think the pie fucking scene is just hilarious when he's sitting down with Eugene Levy after, and Eugene Levy's like, "We'll just tell her we ate the whole thing." I wish they would show us that interaction after, because that would just wow. But I think that's the funnier scene, to be honest with you. And I think for what Swingers did, and I've seen so many movies and TV shows do that exact same bit because of Swingers. So I'm going to go ahead and go Swingers.
Got it.
If you would have went pie fuck.
No, man, you got to go with the masturbation scene at the start. That was the
I I thought it was pie fuck, and it ended up being
that's what I thought it was going to be.
Grainy TV fuck. So much fucking in that movie. All right, so next in our opening round here is, and I mean,
did Jimmy not get any opening rounds?
No, he didn't. I did this. Never.
You got buys. You got all the buys. Jesus Christ.
So Martin, I feel that when one of us is not against him, the other one should be the judge, because we should.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Perfect. All right. So last up, and I know what's going to happen here, because as soon as I saw this land this morning, I was like, how do you argue against the one scene that Tom Cruise is perfect at? Actually acting.
I think his best scene. Fuck whatever
fuck
other
everything else.
This is his best scene.
He's actually acting in Tropic Thunder, and in Tropic Thunder, ladies and gentlemen, it is Martin. Correct me if I'm wrong. The hostage negotiation.
The hostage negotiation scene.
We Are Flaming Dragon, right? That
yeah,
one?
yeah,
okay.
That's the one. It's
all right. So it's We Are Flaming Dragon versus Harold and Kumar at the convenience store. Combination of Jamie Kennedy and Neil Patrick Harris, and the Neil Patrick Harris just showing up, fucked up on ecstasy sequence. Which
lap dance, baby.
Lap dance, baby. So yeah, Harold and Kumar, like easily one of the best.
NPH is acting in that.
Oh,
it's the best. That's his acting was his part was the best part of that whole movie.
Great buddy comedy though, right?
Yeah,
like
it might be the buddy comedy.
I think I think after they did their White Castle, Guantanamo, Christmas special, like a lot of comedies have been modeled after.
There's 4 of them.
There's another one.
I think they've done 4.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
I know Guantanamo Bay, and then the one in Amsterdam, right? Where they go in Amsterdam?
Yeah.
It's the Amsterdam one, right?
Okay.
No, they are about. Well, I can't fucking remember. I swear to God, there's 4 of them.
Okay, we'll check after.
I swear.
We'll get it in the facts. But just the build up to the two of them watching. It's the Walter Matthau, Jack Lemmon, right? It's the odd couple, right? Mm-hmm. One's supposed to be going off to medical, be a doctor, and he's fucking around, and the other one who's trying really hard isn't getting anywhere. That's fun to watch in and of itself. But watching the two of them have to deal with Neil Patrick Harris while they're trying to be cool, it's so fucking funny. And he shows up, leather jacket, cool, blonde bleached fucking hair. And they're like, oh my god, it's Doogie Howser.
Doogie fucking Howser.
Doogie fucking Howser, and he gets meta. Right? It's not just Neil Patrick Harris. It's like, oh my God, we're taking the show that he made on TV and giving it to him inside of this dipshit fucking comedy, right? About those tiny little onions and those tiny little steamed buns, right? Like,
I want a burger right now, man.
It's one of the best MacGuffins ever. They're chasing a fucking burger. Speaking of burgers,
I'm gonna get burgers.
Right?
I'm gonna get burgers. I'm gonna skip the dishes at McDonald's tonight. I'm supposed to have dinner, but
I do it every time. Fucking success.
He got us again.
Y'all want some burgers.
The Burger Man strikes again.
But just the setup is like, oh my God, you guys have any? I got some fucking serious X and, fucking lap dance and he steals the car. And then you see him next with like just the 2 chicks and he's like grabbing boobs and like it's absolutely perfect.
Okay.
It's a perfect placement of a fictional character being used in a fictional setting as themselves. I think that's a great bit, but that's just me. Martin.
Tropic Thunder. What can I say about
go.
Tropic Thunder? This movie is a movie of its own. I don't even think it fits in as genre. Like no one, I don't think has ever done anything like this where they're making a movie about making a movie.
Motley Crue army comedy.
Robert Downey Jr. playing blackface,
and
Jesus
nobody
Christ.
cared.
No one still doesn't call him out for it.
Nobody said anything.
And also, so the scene I'm talking about is like the scene where you get a cameo from Tom Cruise, but not playing handsome Tom Cruise, playing like overweight, bald, just not a very attractive
Grossman.
I think Les Grossman is a on-screen version of Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. And just like a dick.
I don't think he had to go far to find inspiration.
Yeah.
Just such a good scene, and it's just the scene opens. I don't know if you'd hear this, but if you watch the scene again, Tom Cruise is on the phone with someone, and the opening line that you hear Tom Cruise say is, "I'll rip your fucking tits off."
Yeah. No, I watched it this morning. You hear it in the background.
It's like so quiet because Matthew McConaughey comes in this scene playing opposite Tom Cruise and Bill Hader. It's just so fucking funny, and the fact that this is the line of the movie. When he's just like, whoa, take 2 steps back and literally fuck your own face. Like, that is a brilliant line.
Why did they get him to do it?
I don't know. It was brilliant. And honestly, like, see, this is the one different pick from it's not slapsticky. This is the only thing that I picked that wasn't slapsticky. This is like Tom Cruise's best performance by far playing Les Grossman.
Do you think they wrote that for Tom Cruise?
I don't know. Like,
do you think they wrote it and then were just like, insert really famous celebrity here?
I think that's what they did. Yeah, someone who like they probably wanted a good-looking person for that role for sure. That's something that you wouldn't expect. Because like that was the thing when you see him. No one knew he was going to be in the movie, right? You just see it like, oh my god, is that Tom Cruise? And when you first see him, and then you look back and it's like, holy shit, that's Tom Cruise.
But that's Justin Theroux, Ethan Cohen, the guy who did Garfield. Yeah, not
of course,
not the Cohen brother, Ethan.
Poor Bill Murray.
Yeah.
And who else wrote it with him? Like those 3 writers alone.
Oh,
like Justin Theroux. I mean, everybody knows him for the Aniston relationship, but like wrote Iron Man, was in.
You always find a way to bring it back to fucking Iron Man.
All 6 degrees of fucking RDJ, baby.
He's dick riding RDJ.
Yeah,
Mike is a dick riding. Dick riding.
But like, do you think he was number 1?
I don't know. Like, I want to find out now that we're talking about it. But like, just the fact that, oh my gosh, perfect for that role. Yeah, perfect. Because you just never see Tom Cruise like that. He's always the pretty boy on screen, right?
I wonder if his agent was like, listen, if you want some serious street cred, come off your Scientology high horse, put on these giant hands.
And literally fuck your own face.
Your face. Yeah, it was so good. That line is perfect.
We are Flaming Dragon. I don't give a fuck who you are. I will go scorched earth on you, motherfucker.
Yeah. Like, he put some real anger and emotion in that scene. And just like,
actor.
Oh my God, he's acting. He's doing what Bobby should be doing in this comedy.
Well, and the thing is that Tom Cruise never acts. That's what drives Mark so fucking crazy, is that it's insert good-looking action hero right here. It's literally what they did with, I bet you
everything.
They're like, who do we insert that's a good-looking action hero? Because this guy is the complete opposite of whatever they're played. So
plays it well. I believed it. He was Les Grossman.
Find me the other line when he's like, find me a grip and go punch him in the fucking face.
Key grip. Who's the key grip? You can punch the director right in the fucking face.
Key grip.
And punches him. And the scene when he, like, this isn't even like the scene when he dances. Like, he's just perfect for this character. He dances to, like, what is it, like Mary J. Blige? Remember at the end, or was it like?
No, it's Ludacris.
It's Ludacris. Yeah, he's
how you like me now?
Yeah. And just like perfect for this role, Tom Cruise, perfect. And we've never seen him play a role like this before, and we knocked it out of the park.
I'll call it there. We got to go Tropic Thunder.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm not even gonna put up a fuss.
I'm sorry.
I mean, not be sorry. It's a good scene.
That's okay, Jimmy. I'm voting. I'm the judge.
I know he is. I know he is.
All right, so first round done, ladies and gentlemen.
This for me.
Yeah, you got all the heavy lifting now. So I get to sit back.
What did I even pick?
Put my hands behind my head. Because I've lost so much. I've got so much.
You've got one more. If you could ride Swingers all the way to the end.
I'm going to dick ride Swingers. I'm going to dick ride Mike from Swingers all the way to the glory.
RDJ and Fabio
Yeah,
Mike
right?
Petro, dick
Right?
riding.
Who knew? I think Tropic Thunder might be going the whole way. Who do you?
That's what I think too.
Yeah, I think
That's my favorite. I just still watch that today. I still watch that movie.
Stretch it out. Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. So next round, ladies and gentlemen, we have The Hangover, who came out of first, going against Stroke a Furry Wall from Get Him to the Greek. That was what we were
It's
talking
just that
about.
whole adrenaline shot.
Okay.
Scene.
Yeah. All right. So Jimmy, you've been
want me to go
sitting there.
first?
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
Drive
oh
the show.
my god. In a movie that's a sequel that doesn't actually feel like a sequel, but it brings back Aldous Snow, Russell Brand, in a place before we all hated him for his horrible, stupid opinions.
right.
In a time where we could love Russell Brand for being that stupid, annoying guy. This is that movie. This is Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill now? Jonah Hill's making serious documentaries. Jonah Hill is working hard. This is Jonah Hill, relaxed, easy,
Tatted up Jonah Hill.
having a great fucking life.
Stroking a Furry Wall.
This scene, P. Diddy, how do you
I'm gonna mind fuck you.
how do you fight that? Like, how do you in it? Like, I could watch this movie 100 times, and anytime this scene comes up is just so enjoyable. Even the after part, after he's done with the adrenaline shot, when they're just sitting in the car driving back, and Jonah Hill's just rocking back and forth. It's just fantastic. It just is. There's no fighting it.
Okay. Martin.
Okay, boys, I gotta ask you, and to our listeners, just to mostly, when you see your buddy get hit in the nuts, what do?
You laugh.
You laugh. You laugh. You laugh.
You do.
And you just laugh. It sets it up right away. That's Bradley Cooper gets tased right in the dick, and it just sets it up. And then you have the scene, like the setup scene, when Zach Galifianakis, like, the kid's taking a picture and he kicks the phone, and then they have that walk down, like that showdown when Zach Galifianakis like staring. He's staring down this
He's
kid.
still coming.
He's still, you know what I mean? He has that stare down, and just like just the fact that it just gets tased and hit. I mean, the scene speaks for itself. I don't really have much to argue. It's a good scene. It's so funny, and it's still one of those classic scenes that you're gonna break out laughing when you see it.
Stroke the furry wall, Michael.
I love calamity happening when everything goes astray.
It's the
Those
most chaos
are
there
how
is.
I've lived Stroke a Furry Wall nights, and I've lived them with a person on the show right now. So watching those scenes where you're like, I took the wrong drug and now all the wrong things.
Party Russell Brand, and they did it.
Right? Like it's a marathon. You're like, I gotta work at 10 and it's 5 a.m. There's no point going to bed. Push through.
That's what it was.
While at the same time,
Does anyone know the lyrics to African Child?
Nobody knows this.
He's got throw up on his jacket.
My mom loves your shit.
You just
I love your shit.
breaking into the studio, the lights.
My mom loves your shit.
At the same time, there is something to be said about a good ball shot, but a good
not so
tough.
easy, is
It's
it?
tough.
Mike?
No, it's not.
There's no losers in this. Like, they're both winning scenes.
I really wanna stick with the true gags that work. Like, America's Funniest Home Videos is built on the ball shot. Like, there is no
Oh God! Every time there's a dick shot in that fucking thing, it's
AFM
hilarious.
doesn't exist.
AFV.
Sorry.
They gave $15,000 to many families for getting hit in the nuts.
Right? Like, that dude who has and I've been hit in the nuts. I've been in the hospital from being hit in the nuts. And it was funny most of the time. Like, I've lived the end of a ball shot, like one that should be in a movie. And I've lived, what did I just put in my lungs? Like, I've had both experiences, which have ended up funnier for me in real life.
Remember when you got hit in the nuts at Empire and you had to go
That's
to the
what I'm talking
hospital?
about. Like, I'm 100% talking
I
about
laughed
that.
so hard when that happened to you. I would just because you started it. You were hitting everyone in the nuts,
yeah.
and then Jose just fucking sure you can his dick, and it was like his balls were like swollen, and he had to get like they were what is it, like a ruptured ball? He had a ruptured ball. I was laughing so hard.
I had a concussed testicle.
Oh, it's so
And
funny.
Jimmy, the whole story's on our Instagram.
Jesus Christ.
And I told this story to Steve, Steve tried to pitch.
Right, no, I watched
that's
it.
that story.
That's-
That's that story. So
Oh, it's so
I-
funny. I
I've
was there when it
actually-
happened, Jimmy. It's beautiful.
I've actually been privy to experiencing both of these in a real life setting. And the funnier one,
You've been. I'm having a heart attack.
yeah, no, I've been there many times. I always have more fun when there's lots of drugs and stupidity going on. So Get Into the Greek is gonna pass on this one.
Come on.
Really, Mike? You had a better time doing that one drug that no one else should ever do? A better time on that? I'm just kidding.
No. Like